and are best of friends and have no animosity towards each other. But growing up, Dustin Rhodes, Gold Dust, he didn't have a father. Dusty Rhodes was always wrestling. He was always on the road. He was a champion. He was a booker. He was never home. He was sleeping with many women. He didn't care about his mom, didn't love his mom. Was not a father to Dustin. Dusty Rhodes was not a father to Dustin. Dustin did not like his dad, Dusty Rhodes. He was not a good father. An amazing wrestler, not a good father. Over the years, when Dusty retired and took backstage positions, he had a young boy with a different woman, and that was Cody, and he raised Cody, and he spent time with Cody, and he took Cody to work. And Dustin legitimately held a grudge against Cody, rightfully so. I don't know about rightfully so, but understandably so. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
You know, Dustin never got love from his father. Cody got all the love he could from his father. Now, looking at it as a father's perspective, if I fucked up on my first son, I would love to have a second chance. If I had a second son, I would try to do everything I could to be the father I wasn't for the other one. So that's not a negative thing, and Dustin has come to peace with it. He's talked about that, but there was a real, deep, personal rivalry between Dustin and Cody before, not only before this match, before AEW existed, before Goldust existed, before any of this, before any of this, before Dusty Rhodes died. This is a legitimate, real blood feud.
Yeah.
And you felt it.
You really did. You really did. And you know, Double or Nothing won the best pay-per-view of the year, and I think a lot of that hinges on this match.
A lot of it does, for sure.
I'd say probably close to 60%.
Easily 50.
Okay, I'm fine with that too.
I didn't say
I'm
not
just
60.
happy my boy Cody won
easily.
an award. I was gonna fight for him across the board on any of these.
I didn't
Best
make
facial hair, Cody.
I didn't make him fight for him. But Breakout Star of the Year, I fought for, because I firmly believe. Holy
I don't
shit,
agree with
is
this
a
one,
hell of a story.
because it's it's the wrong end of the age spectrum. But I'm letting you.
This isn't Rookie of the Year. It's Breakout Star of the Year. There's a difference. And I would say PCO is the Breakout Star of the Year. This is a guy who started back in the mid to late 80s and had a big run in WWE. Tag team champions, the Quebecers. And he fell off. He, got out of pro wrestling. He quit completely. And something came into him, and he came back. And he became a world motherfucking champion and has put on some of the best matches in wrestling
and craziest
this year.
botches.
And hardcore matches and some really bad botches. And bringing up the botches, let's point out, Pacey, this guy has done this while being legally blind his whole life.
Yeah.
He's legally blind.
Yep.
He only has one eye that works. No depth perception. In a situation like pro wrestling, do you know how important depth perception is?
It's
pretty
everything.
Huge. I mean, if you're going to throw a fake
when you're
punch,
going to dive to the outside and there's nobody there, it's pretty big.
I don't think that's depth perception. I think that was just fucking up. But for real, that's huge. And you think about it, I'm going to say he's older than Jericho. I might be making that up.
No, I think that.
But he's at least got to be about that age, and Jericho's not doing the types of matches that he's doing.
Yeah.
Not saying Jericho doesn't do amazing matches. Not saying Jericho's in better shape than I am at a decade or two less than him.
He's not in better shape than he was 2 years ago.
No, he's not. But definitely PCO for his age. Holy shit, is he putting on just. I fought hard for this one.
He's a monster.
He is. He's not a man. He's a machine. I fought hard for this. I'm proud of this. Pierre
I'm interested to see where
Ouellet.
he goes standing on his own after the Villain Club. You know what I mean?
As a champion.
As a champion,
He's a
yeah.
champion.
He ended that chapter. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I haven't witnessed it for myself. I'm just like, whoa, why, how, what, huh?
Yeah, right? I didn't expect. I bet on it. I did. I picked him to win, but I didn't expect it. And wow. I believe he deserves it, though. And I believe he deserves our Beefy Award. Pasty, something that's undeserving of anything except Botch of the Year award. What are we going to go with? I kind of liked where you were going earlier.
Yeah.
I'll let you make this call.
We'll also give a tip of the hat to the one that's on the page right now. But, because of what happened right at the end of the year, and because it was the end of the year, and it was a thing that was supposed to matter, I think the Dustin Punches is the Botch of the Year. Because that was the worst thing. That could be probably not Botch of the Decade. That might still go to Titus World Slide.
Yeah, I think that does go to that.
But what we had on the page was Undertaker versus Goldberg at Crown Jewel.
Yes, which was horrible. Of course, there was a concussion involved, and it doesn't help. Both
men almost killed both men. So
yeah, not good. We don't want that. We never want it. We want everybody to be safe in pro wrestling. It's about a spectacle. It's about fun. It's not about actually hurting people.
Right. You can't die right now, Goldberg. I need to give you the Dreamer Award next year.
But as far as the botched punches on Goldust from the Dark Order minion...
Creeper.
The worst thing is...
Either way, it's a bad name.
It is. But the worst thing is that... The bad punches were bad, but okay, you get local talent. They just do what they're doing, whatever.
Well, the cameraman didn't even try to step over to cover it up or anything.
The cameraman just, not only did the cameraman zoom in on it, but there should be a director of photography. There should be somebody in the back saying, for as much as I can't stand Kevin Dunn in WWE, Kevin Dunn would never let that have aired.
Yeah.
He would have turned away to a shot of the crowd.
Angle. Yeah. Yep.
It would have been, he would have turned away to a shot of the fucking floor.
Vince McMahon's
he would not have let that happen. Yeah, exactly. It's like the producer, the director, more than anything, is like, you can't let that happen. You guys are a live major company show. And it's just another one of they do so many things right, but every now and then the things they do wrong are just so glaring. It's like, yeah, we can tell you're amateurs. So many of the things in ring are awesome, but so many of the things out of it, it's like, yeah, that's a pretty amateur. Vince McMahon would have fired
really
somebody
hurting
over
the
that.
product. Like, I was willing for the first couple of months, I was really willing to look past like the technical issues, but now half a year later, it's like, come on, get it right. And I'll give them about another half a year till I'm like, you're never going to get it right. Yeah.
And I think they will if they hire the right people and make the right changes. But but we have to call them out when they're not, because if people don't call them out on it, they're going to rest on their laurels and they're just going to fall. And we don't want that. We want them to succeed. We want them to grow, and we want them to prosper.
To destroy WWE.
We don't want that pasty. We want them all to thrive and prosper and succeed. That's what we want. But yes, we want to destroy WWE. Chocolate titties.
This next one,
man, we got to get moving. We're falling behind here, buddy.
Yeah. I figured this.
We'll take our time. Fuck it.
I mean,
fuck it.
This next one is big. It's a big one. I
got a big one, Pasty. I got a big thing.
It's the the B-Sticks Lifetime Achievement Award.
Chris Jericho! Let's just give it to him every fucking year!
Well, every year he achieves more.
Inside joke, folks, I'm sorry. It is fun, though.
He was the recipient last year, and I did not remember. And so I put him on the docket this year. And then Fat Mac ignored me for a week because I'm an idiot.
It was, I kept giving you little hints, and you just kept falling into it. It's like, Jericho cannot be Lifetime Achievement Award. And you're like, but he's done so much. And I was like, there's no way that he's going to be Lifetime Achievement Award.
No, I got through like my spiel. I'm like, he's done more outside of wrestling, and I'm like, wait, I think I've said this before, and then I had to look, and I'm like, oh, I did say this before because I said it last year. But I fixed my mistake, and I did throw the name of the award winner on the docket.
Yeah, you did, and you know what? And I agreed with it. I know who I was leaning towards, but I didn't have a great grasp because who I was leaning towards is going to happen anytime we know that. We're not going to do on that. Basically, let us know who we decided on, though, because I love this. I love it so much, to be honest.
I mean, think about every great thing in wrestling ever, really, and they've probably been a part of it. They all the way back to the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
The Broken Universe. Ring of Honor. Yeah. And even AEW. The Rock and Roll Express has been everywhere and done it all. And they deserve this award. Hands down.
Pasty?
I mean, Canadian Destroyer. Fuck.
So sad, but awesome. Pasty.
Yes.
They formed in 1983. That's when I was born and you weren't even thought of, okay?
No.
They've gone through Jim Crockett Promotions, AWA here in Minnesota, NWA, WCW, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, USWA, the WWF, TNA. They've been in everything. New Japan. You want to talk about New Japan? They've been in New Japan. How about AEW? They've been in AEW. They've been everywhere, done everything. At the height of them, I guess, they were the very best tag team ever. And let's...
Arguably still are.
Arguably still, yeah, best tag team ever. Yeah, easily. Arguably still are. Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton. You also got to throw in Jim Cornette because they would not be who they are without Jim Cornette. I realize I'm opening a can of worms. He got a concussion. It was fucking awful. I love that match, though. That's a good match. Folks got
AEW should bring back scaffolding matches. John Moxley'd be just the guy to do it. Moxley Omega in a scaffolding match with barbed wire below them.
They're some of the worst matches ever, but I love watching all of them. But definitely Rock and Roll Express has done they have nothing left to prove. How's that?
And they're still proving it. Like, that's the thing that blows my mind. Like, you don't have to be doing anything anymore. We appreciate your entire body of work, but you're still working, and I'm still loving it.
Oh, for sure. And they work like shit. I'm sorry, they work like shit, but
you know what? Crowd, though.
Them working like shit is better than I could do in that.
They're the same rock stars they always were.
Oh, fuck yeah, they are. They get more pussy than you, Pasty.
You too.
I don't know about that. I got a lot of pussy today. I got a lot of pussy today. That's all I'm saying.